Okay, so now let us start with the second part of ongoing series of Mahatma Gandhi. And I told you in the previous class also that I will be covering modern history, some part of polity and general knowledge through this particular way. That means I will be covering informations, movements, uh, decisions related to Mahatma Gandhi and whatever movements he started and how it all proceeded, and general knowledge part whatever comes, that will also be added here only, and modern history flows with Mahatma Gandhi, so that is also we are going to cover it. So previous class may, and you have to watch it as a series. I will be covering hundreds of slides here, and that will come in parts of half an hour, approximately half an hour video, each video, and you have to watch it as a series. You understand? The moment you finish the series, you will grow rich in your knowledge. I'm very sure for that. So पिछले एपिसोड नंबर 1 में आपने जो देखा था महात्मा गांधी का इंट्रोडक्शन we did, that Gandhiji is from, he was born in Porbandar, where the Porbandar is. Then what was the name of Gandhiji's mother and father, and initial days of Gandhiji. After that we discussed that Gandhiji was married, and Gandhiji got married to Kasturba Gandhi, and 4 sons were born. Their names were also discussed here, and also about his father, where he was working. After that we discussed that he went to London to study the law, and once he comes back from London, he started his practice in Bombay. It did not work, and he got the opportunity to go to South Africa in case of one of the case, legal case. And then for next 2 decades he was in South Africa only, and he started his satyagraha, that is fight on the basis of truth and non-violence in South Africa only. So then we discussed about the situation, that is Maryburg, that railway station where Gandhiji was thrown out of the white first class compartment exclusively for white and not for Indian and others. So that had a great impact on his basically psyche, and that changed his mission, and then he started working for the cause of people. Then Tolstoy formed, that is the first ashram created by Gandhiji, and it was in the name of the Russian author who has written one book also, which Gandhiji used to study. Then he came back to India in 1915, and he stayed in the beginning in Shantivan with the Rabindranath Tagore. And then we discussed that he joined Indian National Congress, and he became the president of Indian National Congress also once in Belgaum session 1924, and 25 Kanpur session was Mrs. Sarojini Naidu, the Nightingale of India. She is called Kokila. She used to sing very voice was very melodious, and there is a reason she used to be called Nightingale of India. So this is then we discussed about this, and then obviously who gave the name Gandhi name to Gandhiji, that was Rabindranath Tagore, and he gave name Gurudev to Rabindranath Tagore. And Rabindranath Tagore was the first Nobel laureate for literature in India, and he is also the author of India's national anthem. What is the name of autobiography of Gandhiji? My Experiment with the Truth. And then some books which had impact on Gandhiji. Unto this last, John Ruskin, and Kingdom of God is Within You, Leo Tolstoy. So on the name of this author, Tolstoy Farms name was kept in South Africa. Tales of Two Cities, that was also Gandhiji read this particular book also. Then Decline and Fall of Roman Empire is something which he used to read when he was imprisoned in Yerwada jail, Pune. Then some more books which had impact on Gandhiji, that is what we discussed. Then Tolstoy form, what was so special about this, that is what we discussed. And then little bit that why Gandhiji did not get Nobel Peace Prize, and what is Nobel Prize as such. So he was nominated 4 years, but he was not conferred. Nobel Committee never gave the reason why he was not conferred, but just before he died, his name was being nominated in 1948, but then he was died, and posthumously this award is not normally considered, is not given. So Nobel Peace Prize is one of the 5 Nobel Prizes which was initiated in the beginning, and then economy, Nobel Prize for economy was also added later on. So Parliament of Norway gives Nobel Peace Prize, that decide, a committee appointed by Parliament of Norway decides it, and this is given in Norway. There's a cash prize in kroner, so that is how it is given. So Nobel Prize winner from India, that is what we discussed, and now I proceed forward. And this was what we covered in the previous episode 1. Now I come to episode number 2 of Gandhiji. So when he was in South Africa, he created this organization called Natal Congress, and this was the organization which fought for the cause of Indian migrants. You know, when they were Indians were in South Africa, they were suffering from, or they were facing the racial discrimination, the kind of racial discrimination Gandhiji faced. They were also facing the same racial discrimination. So Natal Congress was the political organization created by Gandhiji in South Africa for that. So this Natal Indian Congress, NIC, was formed in 1894, and Gandhiji, this was the basically first political organization which was fighting for the cause of Indian in South Africa. Gandhiji returned from South Africa in 1915, and he returned on the request of Gopal Krishna Gokhale. You know, Gopal Krishna Gokhale is the political guru of Gandhiji, is said as the political guru of Gandhiji, and the year when Gandhiji came back from South Africa to India, 1915, Gopal Krishna Gokhale died. Now, little bit about Gokhale ji, Gopal Krishna Gokhale, who he was. Gopal Krishna Gokhale was a freedom fighter. As I told you, he is called as political guru of Gandhiji, and he founded Servants of India Society for social and human development activities. And as you know, Indian National Congress was formed in 1885. The first session of Indian National Congress was in 1885. After that, there were sessions, annual session of Indian National Congress. Gopal Krishna Gokhale was the leader of Indian National Congress from the very beginning. Gopal Krishna Gokhale was basically the leader of that faction of Congress which is called a Naram Dal, moderate. There used to be Garam Dal also, extremist. Though it may not be extremist, it may be neo-nationalist. And extremist is a negative term, that is a derogatory term. So Gopal Krishna Gokhale was the leader of Indian National Congress, the category of which was called Naram Dal, or moderate leaders. That means they never believed in violent means to attain something. So for the first 20 years of Indian National Congress, 1885 to 1905, Bengal separation tak, these were the leaders who used to be basically influential. So a little bit about Gopal Krishna Gokhale. He was, as I told you, member of Indian National Congress, and he was the president of Indian National Congress in 1905. In the wake of Bengal separation, this was a very, very important session, and he was the professor and principal of Fergusson College, Pune, and he was also the non-official member of British Imperial Legislative Council. I have discussed with you in polity that when Indian Council Acts came, or British wanted Indians to join in more and more administrative activities, so Viceroy used to have Executive Council and Legislative Council. Executive Council used to be like cabinet, and Legislative Council used to be like parliament. So Legislative Council mein there used to be official member and non-official member. Non-official members means nominated or something by Viceroy from Indians. So he was non-official member of British Imperial Legislative Council. Now he was a, as I told you, liberal leader, and he created a basically organization, Servant of India Society. And as I told you, he belonged to a moderate faction of Congress, and he was the mentor of Gandhiji. Now comes the next phase, when Gandhiji, in the childhood, all information we have gathered, then he went for education to London, comes back to Bombay, then goes to South Africa, then whatever satyagraha he launched in South Africa, from where he started his satyagraha, that was South Africa. Now he comes back to India. So he came back to India on the advice or on the request of Gokhale ji, who was his political mentor, that you now fight for the cause of Indian. He had already made a big name in South Africa for the cause of Indian, and now Indians were waiting passionately for Gandhiji to come and fight for their independence. So in the beginning, when Gandhiji came in 1915, he did not start his movements immediately, but he was waiting. For 1 year, he traveled across the length and breadth of India. He was traveling across India, meeting different people, trying to understand the situations. Now, different parts of India, people who were suffering from some troubles because of the British or otherwise, they had great hope with Gandhiji. So they were requesting Gandhiji to come and fight for them. Like Champaran, Ahmedabad, Kheda, we will see, these were the three movements from where Gandhiji entered into Indian politics. They were not all India movements. So these were not the all India movement of Gandhiji. They were the local movement of Gandhiji. Champaran is in Bihar, Kheda, Ahmedabad. So they were regional movements. But what is so important about these movements was that Gandhiji became the national leader through these movements because they were successful movements, and everybody started falling in the line of action of Gandhiji, that okay, this is a man who can basically make British yield or make British accept their demands and maybe independence also. So after that, Gandhiji ka jo first all India movement tha, that was anti-Rowlatt Act movement. That was first all India movement of Gandhiji, anti-Rowlatt Act movement, 1918, against the Rowlatt Act, you know, and followed by Jallianwala Bagh episode, and then 1920 non-cooperation movement, and then civil disobedience movement 1930, and then Quit India movement 1942. These were briefly the movements launched by Gandhiji. Now let's start with first, that is Champaran. First, you know, where is the Champaran? See the diagrams carefully. You know, this cultivation is going on. Farmers shown with some kind of cultivation. And where is Champaran? You know, in the map of India, first you should find out where is Bihar. And in Bihar, there's a location called Champaran in Bihar. So Champaran mein, what was the situation there was, British by force used to ask the farmers to grow indigo. Indigo was basically a crop being used to make the dye, you know, dye जिससे कपड़े धोते हैं, नील जिसको बोलते हैं, that dye used to be made from indigo, and indigo cultivation was forced on Indian farmers. So British told them that 3/20th of your land will be reserved to grow this indigo, and 2/3 of this you are to give to British or European planters. European planters who used to plant this crop and used to sell in the world over, because British came here for economic exploitation. So they were more they were more interested in that exploitation only, and because you know, this industrial revolution was going on, machine era had started, so they used to take crop from India and bring the finished product and dump it in India, sell it in India. So British and European planters needed that indigo, and Indian farmers under Teen Kathiya system, Teen Kathiya 3/20th system, Teen Kathiya system, under this the farmer was forced to grow this particular crop. Now, Rajkumar Shukla was the person indigo cultivator who traveled to Lucknow Congress in 1916. There was a Lucknow session of Indian National Congress 1916, and Rajkumar Shukla, he went and met Gandhiji in this particular session. He requested Gandhiji that please start the movement and save the farmers from this system. Rajendra Prasad and J.P. Kripalani. Rajendra Prasad and J.P. Kripalani were the other two leaders who joined Gandhiji in this Champaran movement. So it is a very important exam question, that which nationalist leaders joined Gandhiji in his movement during Champaran. So answer is Rajendra Prasad, who later on became the first president of independent India, and also he was the president of Constituent Assembly formed in 1946 under Cabinet Mission Plan. J.P. Kripalani also was tall leader of Indian National Congress to the stature of Nehru, Patel. So J.B. Kripalani was very active Indian National Congress member. So this was Champaran movement, and after that, what happened in Champaran was Gandhiji started visiting the villages and understand what is happening in the villages, hospitals, and see how everything is going on. So Gandhiji wanted to see on his own, and many people joined Gandhiji in his this entire movement. So police, obviously, when police saw Gandhiji getting lot of attention and people are joining him, so police arrested Gandhiji, but he was forced, basically the police was forced to leave him because of the massive protest against his arrest. So he was arrested because of creating the unrest in the particular province. Police said that this man is creating unrest. You know, there's a very good movie, Gandhi, and you must see that movie. I will discuss that about that movie later on and show you the cuts also of that movie. The moment you understand this entire thing and you watch movie, then it will become even more interesting for you to understand this entire concept. So Gandhiji reaches the police station, the railway station, and police finds that there's a huge crowd of people over gathered there to welcome Gandhiji, and everybody, police and everybody is surprised. Who is this fellow? And then that was the first time they came to know who is Gandhi, who reached the Champaran. And obviously now Gandhiji started his agitation, and the method of agitation was satyagraha, that we will keep on requesting British that our demand should be met. And during this agitation, Gandhiji was addressed by people as Bapu. So it was in Champaran, this name was given to Gandhiji, and it was given to him by Subhash Chandra Bose. So exam that question sometime comes, who called Mahatma Gandhi as Bapu? So that was Subhash Chandra Bose, and Rabindranath Tagore gave him name Mahatma. So people started calling him Bapu, Mahatma. Mahatma means saint, so that is the name people started calling him. You know, he also had one more this title, and that was Kesare Hind, and this title was given to him by British government itself when he did some social work in South Africa. Then comes Ahmedabad mill strike 1918 में. Ahmedabad में there's a mill owner, mill management, and mill workers were there. So there was a fight going on between mill owners and mill workers. Obviously fight is about the bonus and salaries and only. So there was a plague bonus. You know, plague is basically a kind of disease which when spread, a lot of people will die. So people cannot work, and money they don't have, and some kind of bonus was to be given to them. So plague bonus was withdrawn by this particular Ahmedabad mill. And not only that, this bonus was withdrawn at the time when already the prices were very high because of World War I. You know, World War I was from 1914 to 1919, and 1918 was a year towards the end of World War. So already prices were very high, and this plague bonus was also withdrawn. So Gandhiji was invited by Anusuya Sarabhai, again very important freedom fighter and a social worker, and his brother. So Sarabhai brothers requested Gandhiji to come and fight for the cause of Ahmedabad mill workers. So Gandhiji decided that okay, I will take the cause of these workers, and Gandhiji started his hunger strike against the decision of mill owners. You know, if somebody asks you, some exam question comes, when Gandhiji started his first hunger strike, that was in this Ahmedabad mill mill worker case, when Gandhiji was fighting for the cause of mill workers, sitting on the hunger strike along with other workers, and then mill owners were forced to listen to Gandhiji. Third movement Gandhiji had, I mean, Kheda was before Ahmedabad, you need to understand that. So Kheda, Champaran, Kheda, and then Ahmedabad. So Kheda was 1917 after Champaran, and what was Kheda is a place in Gujarat, you know, and suddenly there was another epidemic, bubonic plague was there, and sudden rise in agriculture cost and everything increased. I mean, महंगाई बढ़ गई, inflation was high, and this British were forcing the peasant or farmers to pay the revenue or pay the tax. You know, when because of some kind of natural disaster, when crop is not there and British expect the same kind of revenue or tax collection from the peasant, it is not good, it is not acceptable. So Gandhiji actually started fighting for the cause of farmers in Kheda who were fighting against a payment of the tax or revenue. So this tax they were to pay to British government on their crop, but because plague is there, we don't have crops, so please relax some kind of tax. Like, you know, COVID is going on, so if government does not give tax, some kind of sops to Indians, I mean to citizens or to business people, to corporate sector, then it will be difficult for them to survive. So government will give some tax sops. Similarly, it was expected British will also give, but British were not giving that kind of tax concession. So Gandhiji started fighting for Kheda farmers for getting some kind of relaxation in the tax, relaxation from the British. Again, Gandhiji launched his Satyagraha in their support. Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, along with Narhari Parikh, Mohanlal Pandya, Indulal Yagnik, Ravi Shankar Vyas. So they were all very, very tall and famous leaders of Indian National Congress. So most important, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. So when Patel, our first home minister, joined Gandhiji, it was in Kheda. When our first president Rajendra Prasad joined Gandhiji, it was in Champaran. So you should know these names. Uh, so all these started joining Gandhiji for this particular cause. Again, now Gandhiji kept on putting pressure on these mill owners who accepted at the end, not mill owner, sorry, this government, British government. British government, after some time when this movement kept on going, so revenue was waived off for that year and for the next year also. So I will say that these three movements, you know, this Champaran movement, and then Kheda movement, and then Ahmedabad mill worker strike, these three regional movements had great impact on what Gandhiji was going to do later on. What was the outcome of this? Gandhiji gained national-wise popularity. So people, he became very famous among people, and the fear in the mind of people that British cannot yield or we cannot defeat British, they are my bap, that fear somehow vanished. Why? Because Gandhiji could yield British because of his mass, agitations, peaceful mass agitations. Now, new leaders emerged. Rajendra Prasad, Kriplani, Vallabhbhai Patel, you know, new leaders came up and they joined Gandhiji in the fight against this. Now, which was the first All India movement launched by Gandhiji? That was Satyagraha against the Rowlatt Act. Now, let me tell you what is a Rowlatt Act. You know, whenever there is a war going on, then world war or something, or war of one nation with another, then emergency provisions are forced on people. Like in Indian constitution as of now also, article 352 is the provision for imposing national emergency in wake of some war or something. 1962 China war, 1965 Pakistan war, 1971 Pakistan war, we had these emergencies. So similarly, World War I was going on, and at that time, Defense of India Regulation Act was going on. Defense of India Act 1915 was going on. As per the Defense of India Act 1915, there were some kind of emergency provisions in place where restrictions were imposed on people. They could be imprisoned, preventive detention, etc. Now, when World War was over, and in World War, let me tell you one more thing. When Gandhiji came to India, Gandhiji told people of India that let us support British at this time because they are fighting world over in World War I, and Indian soldiers should help British in their fight in World War I. And if you go to India Gate in Delhi, if you go to India Gate in Delhi and you see on India Gate the names are mentioned of Indian who were fighting in Turkey, who were fighting in different part of the world. So that was World War I. May Indian were supporting British. We were expecting that the moment British World War I is over, British will give some kind of freedom to us, not national freedom. That time that demand was not there, but they will give some kind of we were expecting self-rule or something, Swaraj or something. I will discuss that later on. Now, it was not given. In fact, what British did, they extended the emergency period in the form of Rowlatt Act. So Rowlatt Act tha kya? What was Rowlatt Act? It was basically the extension of emergency provision, extension of draconian Defense of India Act only, because of which now, because of Rowlatt Act now, they could have imprisoned any suspect. Political person could be imprisoned easily. That is up to 2 years without a trial. There will not be any trial. You will be imprisoned and put in jail. That's it. No trial. That was a draconian. And Gandhiji said that no, we should launch Satyagraha against the Rowlatt Act now. So what were the first movement Gandhiji launched in India? So that was Champaran, then Kheda, then Ahmedabad. What was the first all India movement Gandhiji launched in India? That was Anti-Rowlatt Act movement 1918. Okay, where Gandhiji started his hunger strike first? That was Ahmedabad mill, mill worker cause Gandhiji was fighting. Now, what Gandhiji said, he joined the Satyagraha and he said that there will be general strike or hartal on 6th April. That is what it was decided. The 6th April को हम हड़ताल करेंगे और एक general strike करेंगे. Now, because government was never wanted that, because this emergency provision was intact. In emergency provision, freedom, right to freedom of movement and all, they are curtailed. लोगों को freedom नहीं होता movement वगैरह करने का, fundamental rights आपके curtail हो जाते हैं. तो वहां पे क्या हुआ कि गांधी जी को ब्रिटिश ने अरेस्ट कर लिया. गांधी जी वॉज अरेस्टेड बिकॉज he said that there will be हड़ताल on 6th April. तो ब्रिटिश never wanted that कि बहुत बड़ा कोई agitation हो. So they arrested Gandhiji, and because of which there were lot of agitations against British in Delhi, Bombay, etc. Now in Punjab, Michael O. Dyer was the basically journal who was controlling this emergency thing in Punjab. So then what happened? Then some peaceful gathering was taking place in Jallianwala Bagh, is a place in Amritsar in Punjab. Jallianwala Bagh, where people gathered together to celebrate festival on 13th April, is a Baisakhi day in Punjab. They were celebrating that also and listening to some leader who had come to Punjab to tell people about the arrest of Gandhiji and all. So General Dyer ordered to fire on the peaceful gathering there in that particular Jallianwala Bagh stuff. And if you go to Jallianwala Bagh today, they have preserved some kind of bullet marks there. Bullet marks are still preserved in Jallianwala Bagh. So what was the significance of this movement? It was the first mass movement by Gandhiji, and now Indian nationalist politics started coming up on the stage. Actually, earlier it was regional things, now it was national thing. Movement was most effective in the cities rather than in rural areas. That is the another basically feature of this. Basically, this particular movement was related to entire India. I mean, everybody was suffering from Rowlatt Act movement, and this is how it was related to that. So I think now I end it up here only. That is my second episode of Gandhiji series on Gandhiji. So the best way to learn from this series is you keep listening to half an hour episode every day. The way you watch Ramayana and Mahabharata, you just keep on listening that as a story form. In that story, you will keep on getting enriched in the form of information, knowledge, keep on getting it. So what knowledge, which domain knowledge you will get it? Like history, modern India, obviously, polity you will get it, and general knowledge part you will get it. Like Nobel Prize, who was the first Nobel laureate in literature, and for which book it was given, Gitanjali. Which book Gandhiji used to refer? Tolstoy form, where is it? They are not the question of history, they are the question of general knowledge. Similarly, Rowlatt Act, Government of India Act 1919 or something like that, they are polity. And history, so obviously we are doing it. So this is how you have to link the domain or subjects and prepare well. Fine, keep watching. So this was the second episode, and now I'm going to cover in the next class third episode related to Gandhiji.